Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mother-in-Law Suite. Today, I am joined once again by Adam. How
Hello.
you doing, Adam?
I'm doing good. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, bro. How was your week? How you been
Week's
doing?
pretty good. I've been doing good. Thankfully, we haven't had too many storms anymore. That seems to have chilled out.
Yeah.
We did have yesterday had our first ding dong ditcher.
Oh, whoa.
Three kids ran up, punched our door, and then booked it.
So, get off my yard.
And now we didn't catch them in time. They booked it. Yeah, that was fun. Aside from that, decided to catch up on the Clone Wars TV show,
Yeah.
and then
I haven't seen any of them. Clone Wars, Rebels, nothing.
yeah, mainly watching through Clone Wars just because there's like the Obi-Wan show coming out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have that knowledge.
Yeah.
Then started watching, and I can highly recommend on Netflix. There's a show they've just released called Murderville, and the premise of it is two homicide detectives. One of them is Will Arnett, if you know who that is.
No.
Uh,
Who's that?
Actor dude. He was the voice of Lego Batman in the Lego movies.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
guy. So the premise of the show is he's kind of air quote the host, but he brings in a celebrity guest each episode, and
Okay.
it's unscripted. That's the big thing. The guest, no one tells them what to say, what to do. There's no script, and they have to solve a murder mystery, pretty much like a whodunit.
Interesting.
And the two episodes I've seen are quite good. I haven't finished it yet, but can highly recommend it so far.
Yeah, I've been trying to finish up Breaking Bad. I'm
Mm-hmm.
on the last season.
There you go.
I'm on like episode four. I think I just finished episode three right before we started.
Okay.
And then I think I, I'm probably gonna start Better Call Saul at some point soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I started the show or an anime called Made in Abyss. So it's an Amazon. I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's really good. It's like a one season right now. There's gonna be a second. I'm not sure when.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept is like there's this island in this world and people live by it, and in the center of this island there's a 1 kilometer wide, like by diameter wide circle. It's this abyss that goes
Okay.
straight down, like, and it just never stops. And like each layer you go down, you can go down as far as you want,
Mm-hmm.
but when you start coming back up, there's this like curse. It's called the curse of the abyss or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like the deeper you go, the harder the curse hits you. So like the first level or so, you get like a minor headache and like lightheadedness or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and maybe some nausea. Second layer, like you start like hallucinating.
Oh,
Third layer, you start like fainting.
that's
Fourth layer,
nice.
you start bleeding from your eyes.
Hmm.
Like it starts going crazy.
Yeah.
So that show's it's pretty good. It's a pretty good show. It's like 12 episodes long.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other than that, still in the One Piece grind. You know
There
how
you
that
go.
is. I also started the show, or not started, but I came back. I watched there's this Netflix show called Lost in Space. It's like
Yeah,
this
I've heard of it.
family. It's like this like family sit down kind of watch together
Mm-hmm.
show. And I kind of started watching it because I wanted something sci-fi a while back, and I watched the first season, and then when the second season came out, I watched that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the third season's been out for a while, and I just sat down and started watching that. I've watched the first episode. I haven't gotten to the second yet, but I'm going to here soon.
Well, if you want a sci-fi show, I haven't super seen it, but my parents have watched and they really enjoy it. It's called Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, that's on HBO.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that a while back. I
Yeah.
was going to start that. I need to also get back into Westworld. I've watched season one and I never watched season two. So,
See, I heard the later seasons for that just kind of get a bit, yeah. But again, I haven't seen it.
yeah. I'll get back around to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, been Elden Ring came out. I've been
Mm-hmm.
playing that for the past couple of days. Very very fun game. PC port's kind of iffy.
Yeah, that's what I've
It's a
heard.
little
Yeah.
optimization's kind of kind of there, kind of not. Some places, I'm fortunate. I got like a pretty decent computer, so I
Yeah.
can. I'm not experiencing too bad. But my buddy has like a 1660 or
Oh,
something like that in his laptop, and he's been trying to play that. And he says that like some of the boss fights, he'll get like 20 frames a
oh,
second,
poor
maybe
boy.
like 15 or something. So like it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I've heard the console ports are much better,
Mm-hmm.
but like at least on launch, and I'm sure it's not going to be like that forever. I'm sure they're gonna release some sort of update or someone's
Oh
gonna
yeah, of
find some
course. Yeah.
sort of fix or workaround. But you know how it is. Maybe Nvidia will do like some DLSS update or something. They might get
Hopefully,
a
yeah.
partnership. That'd be sick if we could get some DLSS on that. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But also been trying to beat Sifu. I'm on the last guy.
There you go.
Haven't
Very fun
haven't really
game.
gotten. Yeah, haven't gone back and tried to fight him. I fought him once or twice, and then I got busy, and then Elden Ring came out, and I
Yeah.
started playing that, and you know how it
Yeah.
goes. I've also got back into playing Postscriptum,
There you
like
go.
yeah, the Milsim. If anybody doesn't know, Postscriptum is like a military simulation game.
Mm-hmm.
But it tries to cross the boundary between an arcade shooter like Battlefield with a milsim like Arma.
Yeah.
So it tries to like make this first person shooter concept with this team battle like 50v50 more strategical and
Mm-hmm.
team oriented than like
Got to do
single
like
player.
logistics and
Yeah, you
supplies
have.
and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's usually ticket based combat,
Mm-hmm.
so like or it could be like area like you have to stand in the or stay in the AO and build like an FOB in the
Yeah.
AO. But if you build an FOB, you have to have a logistics squad
Mm-hmm.
bring in supplies, drop it off. It's really in depth and really like tactical or strategical, probably strategic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just
there's a
a run and gun. There is strategy you have to kind of
yeah,
employ.
a lot of strategy. It's very heavily team oriented.
Well, if I
Squad leads,
remember,
there's commander.
isn't the people who made Postscriptum made Squad also, didn't they?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and they also made Beyond the Wire. So
Oh,
Postscriptum's
okay.
a World War II
Mm-hmm.
one, and Beyond the Wire, I'm pretty sure is World War One,
Yep.
and then Squad is modern day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, it was modern day. It's like Afghanistan era.
Yeah. Yeah. War on Terror
So
era.
yeah, but it's a pretty
Okay.
good games. Not for everybody, but definitely fun.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
look up some videos, if you think that's interesting, I heard a quote and I kind of stand by it. Watch a video on it and then think it's 25% less, like 25% more boring,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of downtime and running around. And you're probably gonna die a lot at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning because like if you peek out too many times or if you peek the wrong spot or something, you're just gonna get one shot.
Yeah.
It's the charm of the game, but it's also a curse.
Well,
But
there
it's
is
neat, fun little game.
a good kind of if it sounds like that's something you'd be into, but you're a bit worried about the whole logistics and tactical stuff. There's another game called Hell Let Loose, which is, in my opinion, almost the exact same game. Just Hell Let Loose focuses a lot less on the logistics side.
Yeah, it's a little less intense
Yeah.
as like or less like hoop jumping.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot less hoop jumping in
Yeah.
that game, but and it's a different beast to
Yeah.
tackle in itself, because the commander controls a lot more in Hell
Mm-hmm.
Let Loose than the commander in Postscriptum
Yeah.
in some ways. Like it's a very like trade-off game, and
Mm-hmm.
once you get into that like base game, it's going to be about the same,
Yeah.
but Hell Let Loose is a bit more. I think Hell Let Loose is a bit more arcadey.
Yeah.
It's a bit
It's more forgiving and more
it
arcadey.
is
Yeah.
more forgiving, yeah. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying it.
All right. All right.
I've been having some fun. I usually been playing the armor squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
You like being a tank boy.
being in the tank, being a
Mm-hmm.
tank boy. Pulling up, rolling down with an M1 Abrams.
Yeah.
Or not an M1 Abrams,
A
sorry, a
Sherman.
Sherman.
There you go.
Yeah, not an M1 Abrams.
Few
Yeah.
years later.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, squad got an M1, but
Yeah.
no, if you're, but yeah, no. Postscriptum, be pulling up in a Sherman, be hello, gentlemen. You drive by them
Yeah.
and say infantry on left, careful up top, AT gun,
Hmm.
bearing 420. No, I'm
That was
joking.
my
Three
favorite
six
thing.
three
The
twenty three. Yeah,
For me, it was when you were armored and you'd actually have infantry support. It's one of the
yeah,
best feelings in those games when you
it
have
is.
actual infantry being like, "Hey, tank, look that way," instead
Yeah,
of
it's
just you
pretty good.
dying immediately.
Yeah, The best moments about those games is like you'll kind of have these like mini like Saving Private Ryan kind of moments,
Mm-hmm.
like where you have like some piece of intel that you have to give to someone before, but like let's say your AT soldier died and he spotted a tank, but
Mm-hmm.
like or like he's like bleeding out, you don't have a bandage to get him up. He relays information to you, but you can't tell the other soldier in the other squad unless you're directly next to him because he's
Mm-hmm.
not on your radio channel. So you have to like sprint across this
Yeah.
open field, getting shot at. Tanks are launching shells. There's grenades. You know
Mm-hmm.
everything. You're having to chuck smokes, crawl through this high grass, and you finally make it to the other AT soldier, and you tell him, "Hey, listen, there's a tank bearing 275 from this location, about 200 meters out. If you can get him in the tracks, we can finish him off with a bombing run. You know, we can
Mm-hmm.
call it in, and the dude gets him in the tracks, and then you know, there you go, we got it down. It's a fun game.
Very.
It's got its moments.
Like I remember there was a time where we were holding a building, and I think I was a machine gunner. There was another machine gunner in a different window, but on the same floor. And some random dude runs in and just yells at us to look a different direction. So it's like, for Hell Let Loose, it's logistics plays a way less part, but communication plays a bigger part, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because that's like really the only thing you can do in that is communicate.
yeah, I can understand that. There's a lot more communication and postscriptum on the upper level, but
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot on like the like player to player, like normal infantry.
Mm-hmm.
There's more communication than Hell Let Loose.
Yeah.
Postscriptum, like command and squad leads, will be talking a lot, like
Mm-hmm.
to themselves, and then like kind of relaying information to the squad. So it's mainly squad oriented, but on like a proximity based and
Yeah.
team wide, there's a lot more conversations happening and like stuff happening in Hell Let Loose.
Mm-hmm.
But what have you been playing? You been playing
I've been
much?
playing a lot of Star Wars: The Old Republic,
Ooh,
the
how's that going?
MMO. It's going good.
Uh,
It got its newest expansion a week ago, I think.
yeah,
So I'm just working my way back up to that. You know,
all
it's
right.
in my opinion, it is the second best MMO.
Yeah,
It's very good. If you like Star Wars, namely the Old Republic era, and you like MMOs, you'll like that game. Even if
all
you don't
right.
like MMOs, it's made by BioWare, the people who made the original Knights of the Old Republic games. So there's legitimately parts where I forget it's an MMO and I think I'm just playing a really good Star Wars RPG. It's it's good.
I tried to get into Knights of the Old Republic, like the RPG.
Yeah,
I never could.
they're
I tried.
they're definitely niche games at this point.
They're dated now.
I've
Like,
thankfully been able to play through both of them, but yeah, no, I perfectly understand people being like, it's a bit tricky to get into.
yeah. But I mentioned back to Elden Ring coming out. Um, it's I mentioned that the did I mention that the frame rate was bad? I said
Yeah.
it was kind of the yeah. Other than that, you know, I think the game's a good game. Like I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's one of my favorite Souls games so
Hmm.
far that I've enjoyed. I have a hard time with Souls games, like trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go and what
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do. But in this game, like you can literally go anywhere and do whatever
Hmm.
you want, and you can always come back. Which is a lot like is the way a lot of the Souls games are, but they're more vertical in like Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of it is taking places in castles and catacombs and all these
Hmm.
places, you know, and it gets like a headache and you have to open all these shortcuts and stuff. Well, in Elden Ring, like it's still there, but there's more paths instead of like a left or right. You have a left, right, up, down, forward, and
Hmm.
back. You know that you can go. There's so many different ways you can go. So many different nooks and crannies you can find yourself into. I have a friend that has like 30 hours in right now,
Hmm.
and you know, me with 10 hours in, I was talking to him. He's like, I didn't see that. Where was that at? You know,
Yeah.
like there's so much to do in that game.
Yeah.
It's really cool. With the performance issues aside, um, it is very nice. It is a very cool. I don't want to say it's forgiving. Like people say it's one of the easiest Souls games because you can go back and you don't really get hard stuck at bosses like you do
Hmm.
normally. You can go back and kind of level yourself up,
Yeah.
come back and give it another shot like with more vitality or something, you
Hmm.
know, but um I feel the bosses in that aspect, the bosses might be a little bit easier than some of the other Souls games, but I feel
Okay.
like the mobs, the generic mobs and grunts that you would fight
Mm-hmm.
normally, they're a bit harder.
Okay.
So it's nice. I am enjoying it. There's like two parts where I've gotten pretty stuck so far,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also pretty I don't want to say determined, but what's the word? Stubborn, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't want to
Yeah, no, I
like
get that.
be like I don't want to be like I need to go level up more and come back. I'm like, no, I can do this.
No, that's
I
the
can do
exact
this
same way
now.
I am. If I get to like a
Yeah.
boss fight and it's just kicking my ass, I'm like, okay, I just need to find what the boss is doing to counter it. Even though it'd be
Yeah.
easier to just go outside, kill a few guys, and level up. You
But
know,
yeah, no.
from everything I've heard, when the game works, a lot of people are saying that it could be one of the best Souls games.
Yeah, I this is probably like just a hair above Sekiro for me. I like Sekiro a lot,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because it's like not. It's kind of sad, but I don't. I like Sekiro because it's nothing like a
Yeah,
Souls
no, I
game,
get
if that
that.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's
But at the
unique.
same time, it is. Um, Plus I really liked the systems in that game, the pairing and
Mm-hmm.
everything, like the combat, everything. I
Yeah.
loved everything about that game. And this game reminds me a lot of that. Plus the horse is really cool in Elden Ring, and it's kind of strong. Like it's really strong. You can just kind of run around
Man.
and hit stuff.
Okay.
Um, it, it's just I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never really, like I said, I've never really gotten into a Souls game. Like
Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls 3, I had to have my friends help me out with some of the bosses, and I just got lost. And then
Yeah.
Sekiro, the one that I liked, I had to watch a video, like a playthrough guide while I was playing it because I
Mm-hmm.
got confused and lost. So playing this game, and actually kind of discovering like what people like about the Souls games
Mm-hmm.
without my monkey brain being like, I don't know what do,
Yeah, I get you.
it, I'm kind of enjoying it. So
That's good. That's good.
yeah, it's pretty good. Um, yeah, no, I've also been trying to get back into Star Citizen.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that. How's that going?
Um, it's going. The game's still,
Mm-hmm.
barely a game. It's
Yeah.
kind of like an experience right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's It's pretty fun. My buddy has been playing it. The other day we got on, I got a bounty
Oh.
and I lost my armor and everything, and it was
Ooh.
after a patch. So whenever a patch comes in, like a
Mm-hmm.
big one, they usually wipe what you have
Okay.
bought,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
like they reset your currency, or reset your like money to
Mm-hmm.
the starting amount until like the game's released, and then I'm sure they won't be doing that. But it's still an early alpha
Yeah.
and years away from being released full,
Mm-hmm.
or full released. But if you like, we were flying around, we were trying to make some money, and we picked up a mercenary contract, and if you do mercenary work, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So we flew out to the sector trying to get some trying to destroy these like sentries, these
Okay.
orbital sentries in this mining faction, or
Mm-hmm.
mining area in this asteroid belt. And when we got there, there was just there was a bunch of miners. There was a bunch
Yeah.
of people mining. So they were like, "Hey, you guys aren't supposed to be here," and they started like attacking us. So we killed them,
Oh.
and it was like every single time we attacked them, it was like homicide, homicide, homicide.
Ooh.
It's like popping up, and I ended up getting like a level 4 bounty. So I was like, "Oh, dang, man!" So I can't. If you get a bounty, you
Mm-hmm.
can't land at stations except for a
Ooh.
select few. If
Ooh.
you like come near a station, they'll start shooting at you. So I was like, so
Mm-hmm.
we went to Grim Hex, which is like the what is the Star Wars equivalent of Grim Hex?
Or is it
Like
like a
it
kind of criminal city almost?
kinda, yeah. It's like anything kind of goes. It's kind
Uh,
of,
I'd say yeah, it's where the huts are in Null Hutta.
yeah, something like that. Like people know it's like the hive of villainy
Yeah.
and scum kind of thing. Like they know it's like this just horrible place, so they allow you to land there and
Yeah.
stuff. So like all the criminals and people, but since that's also drawn, there's a lot of bounty hunters that stay out there
Yeah.
because the people with bounties land there.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I was like walking around there and trying to figure out what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
and we were running out of time. So Josh was like, Josh wanted to fly my 400i.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right, man, yeah, go ahead, and we'll take it around. And he said, we'll go land at this planet. It's called Yella. We'll just
Okay.
fly around an atmosphere for a little bit and see what's up. So we're flying around. We land on the atmosphere. And or we come down in the atmosphere, we land on the ground after flying a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get out, like take some screenshots of the ship,
Yeah.
and then Josh starts shooting at me just because we're just
Yeah.
vibing, we're hanging
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
So he hits me two or three times. I try to heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It won't let me heal. I don't know
Oh.
what's going on. It won't let me
Oh
heal.
no.
So I said, "Oh God, okay." And then I start blacking out, and then my character faints.
Oh.
So Josh tries to like drag me onto the ship, and my like body is getting caught on stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he keeps dropping me, and then he
Oh.
tries to get me up the steps to the ship, and like he can't. By the time he gets to a position to where he can,
Mm-hmm.
this guy, like, players can pick up bounties.
Yeah.
So if you get a bounty on you, another player can come and claim that bounty.
Oh.
So we're both wanted criminals in this
Nice.
game, and this guy comes flying in atmosphere on this place. We're just landed, like shooting at each other, and this guy pulls up and like does a strafing run on
Oh
us.
man.
Like he hits me directly on the ground.
Oh
I like
nice.
die, and then Josh gets hit like running, like he starts running back, and he gets gunned down running back to the ship. So he dies, and then the dude blows up my ship.
Oh,
Right.
that's nice.
So I respawn with like a head injury
Mm-hmm.
at Grim Hex, and Josh is like in prison.
Oh, okay.
So we log out, we come back in the next day. He's out of prison. He served his time
Mm-hmm.
in quotation marks and whatnot. And I get back online.
Mm-hmm.
Since the bounty hunter didn't kill me and Josh technically killed me, right?
Ah. So
I
you
still
still
have
have
my
a bounty.
bounty.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here like trying to put my armor and stuff back on. I got get everything on, and since I had the starting currency, and I we couldn't even finish the mission that we were trying to do because there were so many miners, we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even finish the Orbit of Centuries.
Yeah.
So we didn't have money. I had like I think 6K left. I
Ooh.
had nothing. Like what you're supposed to like being like average, like
Mm-hmm.
middle class in that game is like 1 million.
Oh man.
Like so I have like 6,000
You were in the
like
dumps.
UEC. Yeah, I am broke. So I'm like trying to walk around trying to find stuff, and then I actually get even more broke cuz
Oh.
I have to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I have to buy some armor or a gun or something.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like get rid of my bounty,
Mm-hmm.
and I start talking to the chat, and they're like, "Hey, listen, man, what you got to do is you got to go to Grimhex. You got to go down this back alleyway, and there's going to be this little shop,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you go inside this shop and you look in the case, there's going to be these keys. They're called like tiger claws is what they're
Okay.
called, right? So what it is if you buy one of these and you go to a security outpost on one of the planets,
Mm-hmm.
you can work your way down to the bottom floor, and on the bottom floor there's like a computer that is directly connected to the soft like the like the system's criminal records and stuff, so you
Okay.
can wipe yourself.
Nice.
So you get the tiger claw to like crack the code,
Mm-hmm.
crack the passcode so you can get in. Well, I get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get out of my ship. I run inside the security place. There's like a turret. I try
Mm-hmm.
to blow up the turret. The turret's not taking damage. I
Oh,
don't know
nice.
why. So I park it, and I have to like run a kilometer
Mm-hmm.
like on foot on this planet to get
Nice.
inside the security outpost. So I get inside the security outpost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I make it to the bottom floor.
Is there a dude in there?
I have nothing. Like the tiger claw isn't in my inventory. My weapon that
Oh
I bought isn't in my
no.
inventory. So I'm like, what is happening? So I go into chat and I'm like, what is happening? They're like, yeah, that's in the station inventory. They added that, but didn't really explain it.
Oh, nice.
So there's like a station inventory, there's a ship inventory, then there's your like personal
Mm-hmm.
inventory. So I just didn't transfer it. I didn't know I had to. So I
Yeah.
had to fly all the way back to
Oh
Grimhex,
man.
which takes about 20 minutes of
Oh.
quantum travel or 15 minutes of quantum travel. So I had to jump back, right? I had to jump there,
Yeah.
and then I had to jump all the way back to Microtech after getting my gun
Mm-hmm.
and my Tiger Claw. By the way, when I first got there, there were no NPCs. The security depot was like empty,
Oh,
right?
I see. Yeah.
I came back it was crawling with people.
Nice.
So I have to sit here, and
Mm-hmm.
on my way coming in here, like there's all these like security guards and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
looking at me, and I'm having to kill them. So every single time I kill them, it's another charge of
Yep.
homicide. It says homicide, homicide, homicide,
Mm-hmm.
homicide. I'm like, dang man, okay, whatever, right? So I kill them all, and I get downstairs. I put the tiger claw in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking there's like this little like period where you see these bars get filled up, and you
Mm-hmm.
kind of have to do like a recaptcha like check. I am here,
Yeah, yeah.
like I am not robot. I am here. I
Yeah, yeah.
am human,
I'm a
and you
real
have to
man.
click this little accept or like proceed
Mm-hmm.
button, right, on this fake computer
Mm-hmm.
in this game, right? So I finish with that, and I'm like, it takes about like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and it finally hits done. And I'm like, yes, I'm like, I'm done. And then it comes up with the screen with like all of my like charges. It's like
Yeah.
aggravated assault, like vehicle destruction, like 16 cases of homicide, and all this
Jesus.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like sitting here. I'm like, all right, cool. Now where's the delete record button?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I can't find it. I'm like, that's strange. And then I click on one of the charges,
Does it
and
use
then
the
it
key?
says like, no. I click on the charge,
Mm-hmm.
and it says like reason for dismissal. So it comes up with this list, and you
Yeah.
have to click on this list why you're dismissing it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I click on it, and then another waiting bar comes up,
Oh, nice.
and it's about 30 seconds for each charge,
Oh,
like maybe a minute for some of them. Like for the homicide, it takes a while, but I had like 30 charges.
yeah.
So I had to sit there for like 30 minutes,
Hmm.
like 15 to 30 minutes, just
Just clearing your
clicking
name.
on this computer. Now, keep in mind, other players that have bounties
Mm-hmm.
have to come
Oh,
there
yeah.
to wipe theirs, and also bounty hunters know when you're
Oh,
there.
yeah. If
Like
they're
they,
smart,
they
they'll just hover around that planet.
so I'm sitting here like frantically like
Mm-hmm.
looking at this computer, clicking on it, and then like turning around and like
Yeah.
posting up on this corner watching this doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's horrifying. But
Sounds
after
it, yeah.
like 3 hours, I find or not 3 hours. It was like an hour and a half of
Yeah.
like back and forth, back and forth. Okay, got this to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now here. But I finally got my crime stat gone, and it was oh,
It
it
sounds
was it
like
was
an
just a hassle.
experience, yeah.
It was it's it was fun. It was like this little
Mm-hmm.
like story arc, this little mission, and
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I like Star Citizen is because like even the smallest tasks can like feel like this like massive epic, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But it was tedious. I was like, all right, this won't take but like 15 minutes, and I was
Yeah.
like, I gotta go to bed soon. So I did it, and it ended up taking like an hour.
It, in
It
fact,
was,
took more than 15 minutes.
yeah, much, much more.
Hmm.
But dang.
Yeah, it seems like you had a fun little exchange there.
Yeah, yep, yep, yep.
See, I still remember, what was it, that first time? Not the first time you played it, but when I first saw you play Star Citizen. And you were just going along your merry way, doing missions. Went back to a base and some dude just murdered you for no reason.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes, yeah.
That dude was a little dickhead.
Yeah, they'll just blow you up.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it
It
is.
is what it is, yeah. That style of game.
Yeah, no. But on the off note, uh, other than our digital lives, playing
Mm-hmm.
games, watching media, our media intake, how are you doing? Have
Uh,
you had anything
Aside
happen
from
this
that,
week? Nothing?
aside from a ding dong ditch, no,
No,
nothing,
nothing.
nothing worrisome in the real life. No. How
I
about you?
see, I see, I see. No, I've been doing okay.
Okay, good.
I've been working.
Nice,
My
nice.
parents have COVID.
That's not good.
Both of them. Yeah, it's not good. No, but they're not real sick.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
They aren't super sick, but I'm like constantly exposed to them.
Unfortunately, yeah,
Yeah, so it's
you got
you
that
know
risk
I
there.
yeah I might get it, and I've been coughing a little bit today, so that's
Mm-hmm.
a spook sign
Yeah, I
too.
bet
I
that's
took a
fun.
test yesterday. I was negative, but
Mm-hmm.
you know we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Say give it that
It's
like 5 day wait period. Every 5 days, check it.
yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll have to go get more like at home self
Yeah,
tests or something.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. But aspect of the world I feel like we should mention.
Yeah,
There is some stuff
there's a
happening.
big thing we can mention, yeah.
Yeah, there's some things happening overseas. The Russia
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine.
Yep.
Very
Russia
sad to see it.
Ukraine conflict.
Yeah. Um. What day was it? Was it Wednesday?
I think so, yeah. I think it was
I
the
think it
start
was
of Wednesday.
yeah, Wednesday night or Thursday night or something.
'Cause, yeah,
Russia's armed forces did, in fact,
yeah.
invade
They started their
Ukraine.
invasion of Ukraine.
Yeah, they started their invasion. So thoughts and
Yeah,
prayers
my
and
heart goes out to
everything. Yeah,
Ukraine.
yeah. Hopefully everything
Yeah,
goes well and we can get the best outcome we can from this.
hopefully.
But I don't really see much of a big thing like a big war breaking out from this.
Yeah, no, I don't think
But
I don't think World War
it
III
is
will start.
very possible.
Yeah,
It's
it's possible,
possible,
yeah.
but I don't really think it'll
No.
happen. But we'll we'll see in time to come.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a scary thing either way.
Yeah. Well, this is like
Um,
the first official war since I don't know how long.
I mean, yeah, big war. I
Yeah,
mean,
big war.
exactly. Like between governments, at
Mm-hmm.
least that I mean that really affect us.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's insane. It's a crazy
I was
world.
telling some of my boys I didn't think we'd live to see that. Like I didn't think in my lifetime I'd see another like actual war.
No, I thought we would. I thought we. I mean, there. I mean, the Korean War wasn't very long before. I mean, our era in
It's true,
quotation. I mean,
yeah.
it was like the 80s, 90s, right?
No, that was the
It
50s.
wasn't this. No, the Korean War.
Yeah,
I don't think it was the 50s.
Korean War was immediately after World War II and right
I
before
thought the
Vietnam.
Korean was. I thought the Korean War was after Vietnam.
No, 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 no.
Either way, I mean, Vietnam was
The
pretty close
60s,
to our
yeah.
time too. That was like so. I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, hate to see it happen.
Yeah, we do. We do. We do.
Hopefully Ukraine can hold out and stay Ukraine.
Exactly.
Yeah, stick with
I've
it.
been uh I've been trying to look on Snap Maps. Like you can go
Mm-hmm.
on the like map of like the scale and you
Yeah.
can see like people uploading stories
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like on the map for public view.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've been looking over in Ukraine, looking at it, and a lot of it is like just like people and kids
Yeah.
and like people
Unfortunately.
in train stations, like in metro, like subway stations and
Yeah.
metros, and then people being like, "This isn't the Friday night I hoped for, but
Yeah.
here we are."
Yeah,
And
no, it's I've been telling people it's weird. This is going to be the most well documented war in terms of like actual footage.
exactly,
And it's weird. It's weird to
it
see.
is. Mm.
Because it's like before with, the older wars, you could kind of just like not watch the news or not look it up and you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's in your face now. Everyone knows about it. Yeah, it's feel weird saying, wacky in the terms of war, but it's a wacky world we live in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going back to like seeing the Snapchats about
Hmm.
everybody, there were a few people that were just like in the gym grinding out too.
Just
They're
people
just
getting swole still.
yeah, they're trying to make the most of their time, so they're working out. I saw this post as well of this like 80-year-old dude
Hmm.
come in, and he had like he brought this bag with like a t-shirt, like two t-shirts, two pairs of jeans, and like lunch, and he was like ready to start fighting. Like he
Yeah.
was like basically um offering service and he said I'm doing it for my grandkids.
Yeah.
It's just insane. But
I have nothing but respect for the people of Ukraine right now.
yeah.
They're fighting one of the world's largest nations, and I don't know if they're winning, but at least holding their own.
Um but an attempt to kind of segue off
Yeah.
this more so of a heavy topic.
Hmm.
Speaking of gyms, I've been trying to go back to the gym. I've been keeping up with the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
It's been I haven't gone since my parents got diagnosed because I don't want to,
Yeah. Don't want to spread it.
yeah, just in case,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a carrier or something.
Hmm.
But I do have some weights here at the house that I've been working with.
That's good. That's good.
I'm still making, trying to make some progress, trying to make some moves,
Yeah, yeah.
some big money moves. Um, I don't know if I ever mentioned like last week or not, but
Mm-hmm.
there's bench presses, right?
Yeah.
There's normal benches, then there's incline benches where you're
Mm-hmm.
kind of like leaning up at a
Yeah.
45-degree angle compared to like the flat 180,
Mm-hmm.
or like not necessarily 45, that's my bad. Like a 125-degree angle,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Um, you're sitting up,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like that's the incline bench, and then
Yeah.
there's a decline bench where you have to lock your legs into this kind of style, like this foam roller kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you're at a like a 195-degree angle, or like like 200-degree angle, like
Okay.
you're declined,
Yeah.
right? So your head's lower than your legs,
Mm-hmm.
and that works the bottom part of your chest.
Yeah.
I've been hitting those after normal benches. Oh my
Ooh.
God, bro.
Is that a bit
They kill
much?
you. They kill you.
Yeah.
They'll they'll murder you.
Oh
I
well,
can't.
any like workout where granted make doesn't make too much sense because that's the whole point of working out, but any workout where you're like directly fighting against gravity, like the ones where you lay down and push straight up or those always
Yeah,
get you.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
You
no.
know,
Just got to
other
keep
than
with it.
that, I mean, yeah. My I think I mentioned my car had like a warning light on a few podcasts
I
ago.
think
It
so,
was
yeah.
something about my car. The warning light went off.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
Florida is heating up.
Yeah.
We're getting back to like 80
Yeah,
degrees on a
standard
daily,
temps all that.
which is hot. It's
Mm-hmm.
too hot. I'm sweating in my house
Hell
with
yeah.
AC on, so that's how it is. But hey, now my car is like drivable.
There you go. Yeah, see,
It's
it's
not.
30 degrees here and I'm almost sweating. Got my robe on and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's too warm.
Last night, uh, we have in my town,
Mm-hmm.
um, my local town or hometown. We have this thing every year,
Mm-hmm.
like today and yesterday, or yeah, today and yesterday, February 26th and 25th.
Yeah.
We have a like a parade
Mm-hmm.
and like stuff. It's like a fest. It's called George Fest. It's like to celebrate like George Washington or
Yeah.
something. I don't know what it is really. I don't know why it's there, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
something.
it's called George Fest. We've had it for years, and it was like they're setting off fireworks last night, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't figure out what was going on. I heard it. I heard the fireworks outside,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kept getting louder and louder. I
Just
was like, "What
booms
is
going
that
off.
sound?" And then I completely forgot that we were having that like festival or whatever
Yeah.
downtown. I was like, what is going on?
The
It
Russians are
was,
here.
yeah, good God. I was like, you know, dang. But, mm, yeah, no. I've been trying to listen to some music, but it's
Mm-hmm.
basically been the same. I've actually been listening to more podcasts and music recently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the podcast I've really been grinding through
Mm-hmm.
is called Trash Taste.
Okay.
It's with I think I want to say Sea Dog something.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the host names. The other one is Giguk. They're like anime
Okay.
guys, and then the other one's his name's so it's Connor, Joey, and Gaunt.
Okay.
And Joey is the anime man on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. They're just three like nerds that
Mm-hmm.
live in Japan.
Yeah.
Three otakus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you just kind of sit over there. They have a video. They have a weekly podcast. I've been listening to those. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They don't always just talk about anime. They
Mm-hmm.
talk about like normal life in Japan and how it's different from the other countries they've lived in. One
Yeah.
of them's like Thai and British. The other one's like fully British, and then
Mm-hmm.
the other one is Australian and Japanese.
Okay.
And they all it's just it's a really interesting vibe. It's really cool. I've been listening to that, grinding through.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of really cool guests on, um, and they just kind of sit around, have drinks, and talk for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool, very relaxed.
Yeah. Seems like
Um,
a nice vibe.
yeah. I'm probably gonna give like one band
Mm-hmm.
uh excuse me, one band to shout out. It's gonna be the Odious. I think I've mentioned them before.
Maybe.
Um, they're they're really good. I don't really know what genre to even call them
Mm-hmm.
because genres becoming such a selective thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so strange, but they're really good. They're metal, but I don't know what kind. I don't want to call them progressive because they aren't
Yeah.
really progressive. I think it's like deathcore, maybe, but
Okay.
like which is like metalcore and deathcore kind of mixed into one, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's not as heavy as deathcore, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. But they're a really cool band if you look them up.
Okay.
Once again, called the Odious.
The Odious.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you? Have you been listening to anything?
Yeah, kind of in the same boat you are. Just been listening to the same stuff, but I can shout out a band called Unleash the Archers.
Mm-hmm.
They're Canadian, I think. They're a Canadian metal band.
Okay.
And again, I don't know what kind of metal to call it. They're not like their songs go hard, but not like super super hard. So I just term metal in general.
Yeah.
But they have one song that I think was the song I found them on. That's still my favorite of theirs, called "General of the Dark Army." I think quite good, quite good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, we might have to wrap this one up a little early.
yeah,
Um, we I got some stuff I got to get done,
yeah, yeah.
and it is,
We gotta
it's
clean the suite up.
yeah, we got to clean it up.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some I don't want to say homework, but I don't know. I guess homework.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
homework you gotta do.
yeah, I got stuff to do.
Gotta take out the trash.
So that means get out.
Yeah,
That means leave.
yeah. It's closed right now.
Yeah, it's closed. We're gone. Get
Our
out of
doors
here.
are not open to you right now.
Yeah, yeah, no. So yeah, get out before I have to call security.
Yeah, we got private
Uh,
security. We don't follow laws.
Thank you again for tuning in
Yep, yep.
to the Mother-in-Law Suite. We'll see you again next week.
That we will.
Again, thank you, Adam.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
And as always,
We hope to see you again real soon.
what'd you learn?
Uh, uh, oh no. Oh no. Uh, a new band you told me about. There we go. You learn something new every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, you
We're
learn
still with
something
you.
new every day. Hey, some of you might have learned something about Mill Sims, and some of you
Yeah.
might have learned something about Star Citizen.
Or
So,
in
take,
case you somehow didn't know, Russia and Ukraine.
yeah, there you go. Now you know.
Now you know.
More you know.
Can we say the other half of that? I think that's copyrighted, isn't it?
I don't know.
Can we say
I don't
reading
think
rainbow?
the more you know,
Yeah, is more you know reading rainbow?
bro. I'm pretty sure that's like public. It was
Is
on
is, is that
PBS.
public now? You know what I'm
Pretty sure
saying
it
it.
was
The
always
more you know
public.
reading rainbow.
Yeah, there you go. Always learn something new.
Yeah,
Get out.
always.
Get out with
Away
your
with you.
knowledge. Away with ye. Adios.
Adios.
Amirezen.
Ciao.
Sayonara.
There you go.